In this video, we are talking about two-step equations with rational coefficients. So, first of all, we're going to remember our two-step equation rules, and that means we're going to use SAD/MAG, right? We're going to make sure we do them in the correct order. And I'm going to take a look at subtraction and addition first. I'm going to draw my little line through my equal sign, and I'm going to look at my two operations. So here I have 2/3 x, which is multiplication, and I have plus 2, which is addition. So keep in mind with this that we are going to do inverse operations, okay? We're going to do the opposite of what we currently have. And if you remember from the notes from the previous lesson, we have a happy couple here, and then we have the third wheel. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of that third wheel, that 2. So I'm going to do the opposite or the inverse of positive or plus, and that's going to be minus 2 on both sides. So I'm adding positive 2, I'm going to subtract positive 2 as well. Now remember, if I do it to one side, do it to the other, so I have minus 2. And I have left on the left side here, I have remaining 2/3 x. On the right, I have negative 4 minus 2. Because I have a negative 4 minus 2, I'm going to do keep, change, negative 4 plus negative 2. And I end up with negative 6. But I'm not done yet. X is not alone. So I'm multiplying by 2/3. So the opposite is to divide by 2/3. But remember, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. If you don't remember what reciprocal is, remember that's where we flip the fraction, okay? So if I divide by 2/3, that is the same thing as saying times 3/2. Makes sense, right? The 3 and the 2 would cancel out, or the 3 and the 3 would cancel out, right? This 3 and that 3. And this 2 and that 2 would cancel out also. But again, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So I have 3/2. I'm going to clear up some space here. Now remember, negative 6 would have a denominator of 1 because 6 is in the ones place. 6 times 3 gives me negative 18 because it's negative 6 times 3. And we have 1 times 2 is 2. And finally, I simplify to get negative 9. Now over here, the 3's cancel out because there's 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. And the 2's cancel out, so I end up with 1x, which is what I'm trying for, okay? So it says x, and it is equal to negative 9 when I do my simplifying. In this example, we have another two-step equation. So I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to use my inverse operations. First, I'm going to get rid of the third wheel, the subtraction right here, and then I'm going to get rid of I'm going to split up the happy couple, okay? So to get rid of my subtraction, I'm going to do the opposite. Currently subtracting 3.2, so I'm going to add 3.2. If I do it to one side, I do it to the other. I'm going to line up my decimals here. End up with 0.8c because minus and plus cancel each other out for a 0. And 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1. Put my decimal down here. 6 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 10 also. And then, of course, I have 1 plus 1 is 2. So I end up with 20. My final step is to split up the happy couple, and to split them up, I am going to divide by 0.8 on both sides. Now to do this, I'm going to actually show my work here. First of all, I want to notice that 0.8 divided by 0.8 gives me 1c, or just c. Inside is the top in, 20, bottom out, 0.8. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to move this decimal over 1 so that I make this a whole number on the outside here. And if I move it on the outside, I have to move it on the inside. So I'm going to set this up so it's over there as well. Okay? How many times does 8 go into 2? Well, it doesn't. How many times does 8 go into 20? Twice. So I am going to say 2 times 8, right, is equal to 16. And when I take that away, I end up with 40. And then, of course, I need to figure out how many times 8 goes into 40. Well, that's 5. So 5 times 8 is going to give me, let's write this in green there, 5 times 8 equals 40. And I subtract that, I get 0. And I am good. I don't have anything else that I have to bring down because my decimal is right next to it. So we're all set at 25. And that is my final answer. Go ahead and give these a shot. These are one-step equations, so you don't have to do multiple steps. But I do want you to try to eliminate 3/4 with x and the minus 3 9/10 with c on your own. Have fun. Good luck.